Hey, welcome back to the Data Protection Diaries, welcome back to the vlog. In today's video we're going to be talking about imposter syndrome. Not the game, not the the game that the kids play, but actual imposter syndrome in the industry, in data protection, in cybersecurity. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please do make sure that you hit subscribe, the little logo down the bottom right hand corner of your screen. If you click that, you will be able to subscribe to the Data Protection Diaries. If you are not new to the channel, welcome back. Thank you as always for watching. Please do comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this particular subject. Is it something that you suffer from? Is it something that you've seen? And of course, if you find this content interesting, make sure that you hit that like button as well, because that is again very, very useful for the channel. But for now, let's get on with what we want to talk about. We are talking about imposter syndrome. Now, this is something that seems to have become more and more prevalent over the last sort of 2 or 3 years, probably because obviously there's been a huge influx in the number of people coming in to the data protection industry, but also I think because there's been a much greater swell in that kind of community online feel. So there's a lot more conversations happening on LinkedIn. People are a lot more active and people are sharing just in general more information. So where does imposter syndrome come from? Well, it comes from feeling that you as an individual, or the work that you do, or the opinion that you have isn't relevant, it isn't correct. Your fear of being challenged about your level of knowledge, your level of understanding, and it kind of drives people to, in some cases, just not want to engage in an online environment, not engage with the community, and not really post about things for fear of, in some cases, just being called out. So having somebody question your knowledge, having somebody question your thinking, and not always in a friendly way. And I think that's kind of been driven, as I say, by the kind of the growth in the community on LinkedIn. And then you kind of have these different levels of people. So you have your kind of privacy purists who look at things in a very particular fashion. You have your more pragmatic practitioners, and of course you've got your privacy lawyers. So you've got different groups of people with very differing views. And sometimes how those views are being expressed or how those views are being challenged is what's causing people problems. If you feel like you're suffering from imposter syndrome, then trust me, you are not alone. I speak to people on a weekly basis who want to engage with content on LinkedIn, want to put their ideas out there, but are afraid for whatever reason of the kind of reaction that they're going to get. They're afraid of poking the bear, for want of a better word, and having somebody come in and vigorously or aggressively challenge their viewpoint or opinion. Many people come to me and say, because I don't know the articles off by heart, or because I don't know the recitals off by heart, or sometimes I have to go and look something up, I feel like I'm an imposter, I feel like I should know more, I feel like I should have a better understanding. It's trash, absolute rubbish. I don't know any privacy pro that's worth their salt that doesn't have to go back and refer to the regulation, that doesn't have to go and look at additional guidance, that doesn't have to just refresh their mind with training or by looking at a regulator's website. Just because you are looking for clarity, just because you are looking for additional information, does not mean that you do not know what you are talking about, and it does not mean that you are an imposter in this supposed kind of world where only the best people can exist and they have to have all of the knowledge. What makes a good data protection officer, a good privacy pro, a good cybersecurity consultant or technician, whatever you want to be, is being able to find the information that is required, being able to understand that information, being able to dissect, pull stuff apart, work out what's important for a business, and identify areas where improvements can be made. There is a very small number of people, I'm sure, who can reel off regulations and articles and guidance without going to look for it. But in the main, 95% of people need to go and get that clarity. They need to go and review a document. They need to go and look at a piece of guidance. They need to go and look at a piece of legislation to find exactly what it is they are looking for. I myself do it all of the time. It's a very, very good way of getting clarity, making sure that you're pinpointing the exact point that you are trying to make. And what gives us our knowledge is actually knowing where to find that information and knowing how to apply that information to the different organizations that you are supporting. I wanted to make this video today because I actually had a conversation with a very good associate of mine who went for a job interview, and as part of that job interview they actually asked him to recite an article pretty much word for word, and for me that just defeats the object. It doesn't show that you have any particular level of knowledge, it just shows that you have an ability to remember words written on a page. And he then felt that he maybe wasn't the right person for the job. He's thinking, maybe I'm an imposter, maybe I'm not the right person to be going into this organization, despite the fact that they already have a very, very, very successful career as a DPO. And that just kind of got to me a little bit. It's annoyed me over the last couple of years how people have been online and how people have been on LinkedIn and how people have been challenging people. I want to say that the industry is a fantastic place to be. Everybody has a different opinion, everybody has a different viewpoint. Regulation in itself is subjective, it is contextual, it can be applied in a billion different ways depending on what kind of interactions are being carried out, depending on what kind of processing, what kind of risks are associated with it. There are always going to be different views, different opinions, different kind of mindsets and standpoints regardless of what you're doing. But how you choose to challenge those things, or how you choose to put your point across, is incredibly important. If you can't be nice, don't say anything at all. And if you are worried about posting online, if you are worried about sharing your thoughts, sharing your ideas, my advice is just do it. Get yourself out there. You will find a network that appreciates you. You will find a network that you want to engage with, and that is when you will start to enjoy being able to share that information. One final thing to mention, if you've made it this far in the video, is that actually we are running an in-person networking event. It is called Privacy Space Live. It is designed for data protection officers, information governance officers, data protection professionals, information governance professionals. It is on the 31st of March. And it's going to be run in Leamington Spa. I will put a link down below. We will be having speaker sessions. We're going to be having some lunch. Lots of people are staying for dinner and drinks as well if you want to join us. It would be fantastic to see some of you there. You can network in person. It is a very free and open space for people to communicate and share ideas. I will pop the link for the tickets down below. It would be amazing to see some of you there. I appreciate this is a little bit different to the kind of normal videos that we do, but it's something that's just a little bit close to my heart, and I kind of wanted to get it off my chest for this week's video. Of course, if you have any comments, please do add those down below. So if you suffer from imposter syndrome, what have you done to tackle that? What have you done to kind of improve how that feels, or to find a different way around it? And also, if you have any questions, please do get in touch. Obviously, we'll be back again next week, so if you've got any ideas for next week's videos, also do let me know. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you very much for listening.